So, surprisingly enough, quite a few people have actually asked me about my UI and have asked how I make it look so simplistic, what add-ons I use, etc. You know, maybe you're just curious about one specific add-on, so we'll go over it in detail and explain what I use. I don't use very much. To start, I use shadowed unit frames as my unit frames, obviously. You can move them around, change what they display, change what the colors are for the background, health, mana, where your target is, the level, display your class, etc. Move your focus frame, target of target of target, etc., etc. Tons of stuff you can do with it. Probably the most customizable unit frames there are. Don't quote me on that. Don't fight me on it either. Let's see here. Obviously, you can see my debuff over here above my unit frame. My buff's over here in the upper left-hand corner. Although I do like to keep everything kind of centered down here at the bottom. You know, my target, my health, etc., so I don't have to look all over the place. I still have my buffs up here. Any buffs that's important or I need to know, I track with power auras or something else. But as far as regular debuffs or just general buffs are concerned, I use Satrina's buff frames. The beta version, not the actual version, because the beta allows you to click off your buffs in combat. You can't sort them like the normal, but I prefer to have the option. Now, like I said, other important buffs I track with power auras. And let's see here. There's a ton of them I use, obviously, but it can do any number of things. It can track buffs, it can track debuffs, it can track debuffs on your target, buffs on your target, it can track items you're wearing, it can track, boss effects. That's happened to me more than once during a boss fight. Like you see over here, click mage armor off, pops up, hey, put that the fuck on. Okay, there we go. You already saw earlier me casting something. My cast bar is called Quartz. You can do it for your target, your focus, anything. Let's see here. Let me find something to cast for you again. Ooh, very nice, very nice. Anyways, looks cool, easy to change, great add-on, everyone has it. As far as my action bars go, I just use Bartender. Another add-on everyone has. I have a few invisible bars, which obviously still have keybinds on them, I just don't need to see them. Buffs. You can change the size of the bars, the number of buttons on them. You can change the alignment. See, I have, a nice array of 4 bars here that actually make it look like this is some kind of interesting thing someone put together, but it takes like 2 seconds. Speaking of bars, a lot of people have commented how I just have, 5 main buttons there. I'm a big fan of modifiers, aka like, mods and macros, Alt does something different, Shift does something different. Pretty much every button I have, excuse me, does 2 things. So that's that, Like, I have one button that does all my defensive cooldowns, one button that does all my movement, and it's pretty easy to repeat over all your characters. What makes my bars look the way they do is button facade and sleek in specific. Takes a little bit of extra memory sometimes for no apparent reason, but I'd really rather my screen look nice than maybe be a little faster sometimes. And I know you haven't really ever seen my chat box, because I like to cover it up, it looks a bit more professional and whatnot, but I use Prat, adds timestamps, colors names, you can copy comments, copy URLs, etc. Let's see here. My map add-ons are Mappy and Mapster. Don't remember which one's which, but, obviously one makes this map movable, and I can still interact with the background. One makes my minimap square. You can figure out which is which. I use Omen, Recount, standard things. Let's see here. Omen config. You can see it. I have it grayed out and not in combat. Both of them have the background removed. Looks a little bit more, clean. Everything I have is extremely customizable. You can do anything you want with it. See over here when I use something, you can see countdowns on it. That's just OmniCC. Spelled just how it sounds. Do a ton of things with it. Change the font, change the decimal places for the durations. Pretty cool. And I believe that is just about it, unless I've missed something. So, not very much to it, but instead of just continually replying to comments, I figured I would just make a short little video I could link. So, if you're looking for something, I hope I mentioned it. Thanks. Oh, and sort of a PS, because I don't actually use the add-on. But as far as boss mods go, I prefer Bigwigs. But in Firelands, you really don't need them at all, unless you're doing some kind of specific job like Bell Art Crystals or Heroic Rag. They're just kind of a waste for me, so as you see in most of my rating videos, I don't have any. You will see me use it on Heroic Rag, but other than that, yeah. Just my input on that. Don't fight me, DBM fans. It's okay. We don't have to argue, we can be friends. Anyways, bye.